Hello everyone, or should I say greetings, noble warriors. We are broadcasting live on YouTube and this is the Imperia Online World Cup podcast. My name is Mitko
And I'm Vicky.
and we are here to tell you that the World Cup is now opened for business. It's official.
The qualifications already began today, so make sure that if you have registered, you are making sure that you're going to be at least trying to get in the national teams. The fight, the struggle, the battle is real. The war has begun, so just make sure to not miss anything.
It's not just begun, it's evolved.
Yeah, it has evolved.
So did we. Vicky, now is the time that I had to say some fancy words about the opening of the World Cup, but I choose not to. And I will tell you everyone why. I saw something in the Bulgarian forum written by a Bulgarian player at the beginning of the World Cup registrations. He wrote a fun reference to the Trainspotting cult movie. So I decided to quote him for you. So please, everyone, just bear with me while I read this. Choose life. Choose a good job. Work and have a good family. Choose a nice sports car. Choose a big TV set, laundry machine and stove. Choose health, low cholesterol, health insurance, full credit card, vacations abroad. This is your future. You have chosen life. But I choose not to choose life. I choose something else. I choose Imperia Online and I choose the World Cup.
Hopefully you are clapping and applauding right now because we are very excited here at least. So I think that we should now, after this emotional start, we should move on to some numbers, some facts, statistics.
Yes, please
Yeah?
let me catch my breath in the
Catch
meantime.
your breath. Okay, so while Mitko is catching his breath, I'm going to tell you a bit more about what the numbers, the current numbers look like, because we already closed the registrations, as I already mentioned.
And while you do that, I will
Yeah.
show the people the statistics from
Okay.
the official website, which is, by the way, pretty nice.
Yeah, it's worldcup.imperialonline.org. Make sure you check it out. There is very useful information, a lot of it. And of course, you can see very interesting video materials, a lot of data of any sort, so make sure to check it out. So I'm going to tell you hopefully what you're pretty much seeing on the screen, but we've got almost 23,000 contestants this year from 137 countries. All of them are eager to become nationals in this year's World Cup and defend their country's honor. So, of course, we are not sure if the players are going to be the same ones from previous years, but the numbers compared to last year are pretty similar. Last year we had 23,426 contestants from 138 countries. So, something interesting though, while we can't argue with numbers, of course we shouldn't argue with the numbers, which in this case they show that the interest and the struggle and the passion is there and it's real. We have to keep something in mind. The numbers are not everything, because last year, for example, Brazil had, I think, almost, just a bit below 4,000.
Under 4,000,
Yeah,
3,800 and something.
Yeah, pretty much 4,000 registered players for the qualifications. And the second place was for Romania. They had just a bit over 2,000. This huge gap in the numbers didn't prove to be enough though. The Brazilian team finished in the 4th place in the final ranking. So despite the fact that sometimes the numbers can look very discouraging or very optimistic or whatever at the start, just remember this: in Imperia Online and of course in the World Cup, nothing is guaranteed except for the epic battle and
the huge fun.
yeah, of course, and the fun.
Fun, figuratively speaking, when
Why figurative?
because
We're having fun.
yeah, of course, but in Imperia Online and especially in the World Cup, um, sometimes when you have fun, it's at the expense of someone else's grief, sorrow, and uh,
Well, do you mean harassing people or something?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no, no.
Fun
But
should be always good.
but you usually think that oh, I'm the greatest. I'm playing on World Cup. It's so much fun, and then you look the other way, and 10 minutes pass,
Yeah.
and then you look at your account again, and you see your armies crushed, your provinces robbed, your fortresses destroyed.
Yeah, of
And
course. Especially now on the World Cup, not only the qualifications, but the World Cup in general. Everything can change in a few hours or in a day. I will actually ask you later to tell us about what happened with Italy. I think it was last year. They actually had the chance, if they had a few more hours or a day, they actually had the chance
oh
to...
yeah, it was a thriller.
Yeah, so before that, I just want to mention a few other interesting observations, let's say. So, despite the fact that Brazil had almost 4,000 contestants registered last year, actually last year's champions, which was Croatia, they had below 1,000 registered contestants. So this means that really numbers are not everything. They are a lot, but they are not all. So
Especially if everyone is as good as the Croatians were.
yeah, well, hopefully everyone thinks they are good.
Because basically you have this. It's much like in the football World Cup in the real world, really. When you have the Brazilians,
We
you
are
ca-
in the real world still. It's a real struggle.
yes. Imperia Online
Yeah.
always struggles for reality. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But let's take, for example, Brazil. Brazil, just much like in the real world, is a country where football is a religion. They are capable of just if you go to uh, some a beach in Brazil, you only from this beach you can select at least 3 or 4 national teams, which are as much as competitive as the one actually playing.
Mm.
Uh, and the this is why it can be both a good and a bad thing, because it's way more fierce competition to enter the World Cup for the Brazilians, because you have to fight for, let's say, 300 people.
Yes, of course, but doesn't this actually mean that the people that have gotten to the top, to the top 30, for example, which in this case is the number of people that we're going to have in each team, in each national team, doesn't this mean that those 30 people are really going to be top of the pop, as we say? I mean, yeah, competition is not the greatest things if you're among the contestants, but this means that really the people that are at the top are so much
the best
better.
Of the best.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
If there were only 30 people from a certain country, this means that they are all getting in.
Well, you better be.
Yeah.
You better be, because this is the World Cup. This is the most elite tournament. There are no people who here by accident.
Yep.
You cannot rank as a national in a leading country in the World Cup and being without being uh,
Very,
some
very skilled
yeah,
player.
some of the
Yeah,
best
of
players.
course.
So you you might, but the chance is extremely low. Something very bizarre has to happen in order for a player who is not that good to rank as a national
Yeah,
contestant.
of course. There is something interesting that I observed in last year's World Cup as well. We already know the top 10 nations in last year's World Cup, but the top 10 players are actually something to look at. For example,
Yeah, let me show them while
yeah, of
you
course.
talk about them.
Yeah, Mitko is going to show you what the last year's ranking looked like. So, for example, the first one, the best player, was a player from Spain.
Yeah,
In the same time, the Spanish national team was actually on the 10th place, in the 10th place in the final ranking. So this means that while certain players, someone in particular, can be very, very awesome and can do just great, this doesn't guarantee his or her team the final the spot a spot in the
oh
final
yeah, of
top
course.
three or one or whatever.
It's no brainer, Vicky. Uh, it's no brainer because uh, this is a team play. This is a team game. Imperia Online is basically promotes the team play, and this is especially clear, or let me say crystallized in the World Cup, where if you don't have a team which is disciplined and which can obey orders, which have a straight hierarchy, and etc., 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 you cannot possibly hope to achieve 10th place, let alone get a medal.
Of course.
Uh, the,
Recently, I talked to Diana Armando, she is part of last year's Croatian
the
team,
champions,
the
yeah.
champions, yeah, last year's champions. I talked to her, and she really stressed on this. She said that the most important thing is to have trust in your teammates, to really get along with them.
Let me show you Croatia, yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is what really matters. Not your personal skills. Of course, each person is very important because those are the top 30 of all of the contestants from a certain country. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is for everyone to act as a whole, to just have support, to be sure that everyone is doing their best, and of course to not ruin the team from the inside out. Because if this happens, no one can ruin you the way you can ruin yourself, pretty much.
Oh yeah, the self-discipline and
Yeah,
the strong psychology and character are very important, especially morale. Morale is everything. Much like in battle, so is
of course.
so it is in a team. Uh, if you don't have morale and team spirit, you're going to lose, no matter how strong you are.
Yeah, of course. Well, before we continue with talking a bit more about possible strategies or expectations and so on, I think we have to talk just a little about Imperia Online World Cup's history. We, of course, have this is the fourth tournament already, and we've had three before. The first two were actually won by the Bulgarian national team. Last year's, as I already mentioned, it was the Croatians.
Yeah, let's see the prices.
Yeah, Mitko is going to show you the prizes that we have already given, and of course, this beautiful
The
thing.
cup of the one, which is expecting its next holder, if I may show it. This
Be careful.
is, yeah. May I have a close-up on the names here? So for everyone,
Just make
a,
sure the laptop is not in front of it, though.
yeah, a taste of things to come for everyone. So everyone, this is the place where your name will be written.
Maybe.
If no, it's certain. If you want, you just have to uh, do everything in your power to get there, along with 2 times Bulgaria and one
Yeah,
time Croatia.
of course. Eyes on the prize. So, of course, this year the war has evolved, and we've got some pretty interesting and very new, let's say, rules and conditions. Maybe some of you remember that last year and the 2 years prior to it actually had some different qualification rules. We had the Nomad invasions, and they were actually a way to give recognition to individual
Yeah,
players.
um, uh, it was a independent tournament.
Yeah, of
This is the
course.
basis we stepped on
Exactly.
in order to have this epic tournament as the World Cup is. Uh, it was the first time when the best players in EO could get an international recognition. So we try to make them stars, and
Yeah.
I really hope so. I really hope that we did.
Hopefully, this year's rules and the tournament in general is going to have the same success, and people are going to like them, because it really has evolved. It has changed a lot. The war, the battles, the competition, us, we have all evolved. But maybe we should just add a bit more about the prize. Of course, this is not all. This is the main, like the moral prize is here. But we are also giving the champions how much diamonds? How many?
Well, the winner team will split 150,000
Okay.
diamonds. Also, we have medals for the first, the second, and the third place,
Yeah.
gold, silver, and bronze. Real medals. We will send the not just pictures.
Imitation.
No, 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 no. As real gold as you can all imagine.
So everyone that has qualified for their country's national team is going to, I hope, again have a medal in next to their name in
Yes,
game.
yes, in game. Uh, you will have different medals for a national contestant, for a participant, for I hope so, for a champion, silver or bronze medalist, and these the medals for the gold, the silver, and the bronze medals will remain in your profile forever.
Yeah, so even if you haven't noticed yet, if you see anyone with a medal icon next to their in their profile, just know that those people are actually some of the very, very best in the world, because this
And
means
they
that
are
they have made it into last year's or the 2 years prior to that. I'm not sure if they're different, but this means that they have gotten to the top of their country's players.
it means
And
that
they have competed.
yeah, it means that they are awesome.
Yeah, of course. So let's talk about the registration process that actually ended today. Of course, this we already know that being a player in Imperia Online and in the World Cup Championship and even in the qualifications is a huge, tremendous honor. But we already know as well that the registration system can be used for personal gain. and for strategic purposes and so on. So you can even just do stuff to make other people mad. So how does the registration work exactly, and what can a player do with it?
It's a fairly simple process, really. We have a database of the IP addresses of the different nations.
Yeah.
It's not a secret, it's a public information. And we create a simple automatic process. The moment you fill in the registration blank,
Yep.
we detect your IP in the country in which you are, and then we look into the IP addresses database, and we automatically flag you to compete for the country you are currently in. That's it. No magic, no conspiracies, no nothing. It's a very simple process.
And is it possible for errors to happen?
Oh yeah, of course. It's a technology, a man-made technology. We all make mistakes. The technology makes mistakes, and internet makes mistakes.
Of course.
Those mistakes could be whatever you can imagine. For example, bad packages sent, missing IP, not updated. IP database, etc., etc., etc. For example, we had a player from a Brazilian nationality who turned out to be registered to play from Antarctica.
By accident?
I don't know. He probably was in Antarctica. They, what? People in Antarctica cannot play Imperia online. Of course they can.
I am pretty sure
No.
they do play.
Yeah. So he didn't.
This is the thing that keeps
Yeah,
them warm.
yeah, yeah. The funny thing is that he didn't protest. He played the entire World Cup till the end for Antarctica. He defended Antarctica's honor during the entire World Cup. And this is the moment, I should say, wherever you are, brave Antarctican warrior, you have our respect.
So, okay, but let me know. Let us all know actually. What if you register for the wrong country on purpose?
Oh, now you're talking. Well, in that case, you are a traitor to your country and you should be hanged.
This is how we do it in medieval times.
Yes, you hang. No, of course you will not be hanged. I'm joking. The the registration for a wrong country on purpose is and always has been a completely valid choice. People who make this make it for a whole lot of reasons, and the better player you are, the better chances you have to really infiltrate an enemy team, to develop an account which will be ranked in the top 30, and to have a valid mole in the team which is your rival. Of course, there has been an ongoing debate about how moral or ethical this should be, because we cannot intervene. We cannot remove account from some ranking from a national team just because other people think. No, he registered, he developed this account, he played for this flag, he deserves to be a national.
Of course. This is, I guess, the time to mention that this doesn't in any way step out of any rules or boundaries.
No,
we don't have any issue with multiple accounts or trying to enter into another world's another excuse me, another country,
another world. Why
national
not?
team.
They are
well,
worlds.
We're going to have hopefully universe
Yeah.
cup.
Well, you let's say just pretend that we are in the medieval world
Yeah.
for real. Uh, you are a prince, a ruler of a certain country. You have been raised in a society which values these qualities: the diplomacy, the cunning, the backstabbing, and they praise that, and they use it as a weapon
Anything that
against
can
your.
bring
Yeah,
you
yeah.
dividends or the win or
All is fair game.
yeah.
Imagine if you have to fight with another country, and you have to sacrifice 25,000 soldiers
Of course.
in a battle in order to win it. If you can save it by having a spy which can tell you certain secrets and give you a clear
Insights and
advantage,
yeah.
and make you prevent actually this battle and winning. Let's say Sun Tzu says uh, the greatest win of a battle uh, is a battle which is won without having to fight. So, uh, so far in Imperia Online, we don't have that kind of high level infiltration. I meaning having a spy who can actually fool the other nationals that he is from their country, and he he is with them the entire time.
It's
That would
really
be.
one of them.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. That would but it's still something to be seen on the usually the players know each other,
Yeah.
even if they are enemies, and they can really really quickly
Identify the
identify the
the odd
moles.
one.
Yeah, yeah. You, I don't know you. You are not a Bulgarian. Well, you can, if you know Bulgarian, you can infiltrate the Bulgarians and say, "Hey, I'm a Bulgarian. Let's play together." But
Have we had such cases?
yes, we had several cases during the last qualifiers. We had a case with a Turkish player
Yeah.
who had infiltrated the Bulgarian national team, and the Bulgarian made such a great fuss about it, and it was a huge scandal. It even reached our godly seats here in our company, and we had to play judges, moral and ethical, and decide what to do about this
Mm-hmm.
without having to, because it's only part of the rules. Let's say I want to remove your options for reserves. What do? I infiltrate 3 malls.
Yeah.
I rank them in top 30, and there you go. You have to uh, use your reserves to remove these malls.
Yeah. You kick out the
Another
malls
tactical,
and you have
yeah,
to fill in the spots. So
another touch.
this is the way.
This is basically this kind of gameplay is basically a whole different level of metagaming, and this is what makes it so valuable, so fun, and this is what makes Imperia Online and the World Cup beautiful games.
We would pretty much even encourage such strategies because
Oh yes,
they really
please,
make everything.
please, people, have malls into your rival teams and try to execute bold strategic moves and new levels of metagaming, please.
So, do you have any expectations?
I'm joking, of course.
Why are you joking? Why do you need to sleep? Just make several accounts and make sure all of them
Yeah.
have gotten into the top 30 of
Yes.
several countries and that you have won places in several national teams.
Yeah.
Nobody
Why not?
needs sleep,
Why not? Just for
food.
fun. No, no. You don't sleep, you don't eat, you don't do anything during the World Cup.
Yeah.
You play the World Cup. It's a fact of life.
You make sure your family has something else to do,
Yeah, yeah. That
or
too.
or you make sure that they're playing as well.
Yeah.
And so, what are your expectations this year? Do you have any favorites, any hopes in particular for a certain country or a team?
Well, let me first tell you all that the World Cup is rigged by our team so that Maldives could win. Uh, when the Maldives win, we will go and interview them, and we will have an amazing vacation on the Maldives.
You're kidding?
No?
Yes, you are kidding.
Of course, I'm kidding. uh, although I wish the best of luck to the Maldivian players, I have my own favorites, which I could share with everyone if you want to.
Well, of course.
Mm,
Hopefully, actually, I'm not sure. Do you have any favorites based on your liking or based on your expectations and hopes?
both.
I mean, hopes,
And
of course.
yeah,
This makes
yeah,
them your
and they
favorites
pretty,
because you
yeah,
hope.
they pretty much probably overlap each other.
Mhm.
First of all, it's a matter of statistics. If we look at the previous rankings, let me show them to you.
Yeah, in the meantime, make sure you type in the chat who your favorites are, even if it's not your country. It's very possible that you're actually expecting a winner, a champion that's not from your country. So even if it's not your country, make sure you give your best guess about who is going to be this year's World Cup champion.
Yeah, share it with people. Write it in our Facebook page.
Yeah, of course. Actually, we may have some very awesome experts in the crowd today. So
Of course we
it's
do.
interesting
And
to have a look at the logs
and
later and see if
rest assured, Vicky, that they will be searched for, and they will be asked to comment this World Cup.
yeah.
So, looking at the, do we see the top 10 teams? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. First of all, it's a matter of statistics. If you look at the top 10 teams from the last World Cup, you will see that out of 10 teams are European. Same goes with the top net worth points players. 9 out of 10 players are Europeans. This is what I call the essence of domination. Brazil is the only country which was capable to make some play against the Central and the Eastern Europe countries back then. Brazilians finished fourth place by net worth points, and we all remember how were they treated by their main rivals. Croatia, Serbia, and Bulgaria kept harassing the Latin Americans until they crushed their morale. And it was the adequate move since Brazil was the greatest threat to them, a team with amazing power and potential.
Well, okay, but let me ask you then. Do you actually think that the Brazilians can make a better play on this tournament? Do you think that their time has come?
At the first day of the qualifiers, it's way too early to say, to prognose, Vicky. The qualifiers are just starting, and we will have to wait and see how the Brazilians will fare in the qualifiers first. I especially want to see the top 30 players who will rank in the Brazilian national team. Because and I must emphasize on the word team because the team play and the team spirit, the team discipline, w- whatever you wish to call it, was the thing that I think lacked in the Brazilian national team. Hopefully, on this tournament, they will show everyone that they're not just the ones uh, who never can achieve the top. They deserve to do it, and on the fourth try, you are obliged to do all in your power to at least get a medal.
Well, so do you actually mean to tell me that this year it's very probable that it's going to be Brazil against Europe?
Uh, well, since the World Cup cannot possibly exist against Brazilians.
Against?
No, no, against
Without?
without them.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
Okay.
So it could actually exist against them. Imagine the
Ooh,
whole World Cup against the
the
Brazilians.
whole world?
It will be fun.
Hmm.
No,
Interesting.
no,
Okay,
it
okay,
won't.
okay,
No, no,
okay.
no, it
Go
won't.
on, go on. So
Okay.
it's pretty much going to be Europe against Brazil?
Yes, I don't expect many surprises. Let's see the teams again, the top 10 teams and the top 10 players. I don't expect many surprises in the top 10 countries, especially with the 50,000 diamonds bonus they will receive for being so awesome at the last World Cup.
Yep.
Uh, Bulgaria, Serbia, Poland, Italy, Turkey. Um, these teams are traditionally very, very, very solid. Serbia had the strongest military in the last World Cup. They have, let me show you, they had 12 won wars and 0 lost. They were the one which carried out the execution orders for the Brazilians. Uh, and according to my opinion, I think the Serbians are the hidden favorite in this World Cup. If they if they can maintain their economic development the way they maintain their military, they will not have any problems whatsoever. I think on the last World Cup, Serbians just didn't want to win the World Cup. They wanted to fight.
Well,
Uh,
this is something that you actually mentioned before in one of our conversations, but the Serbians were actually one of the main, how can I say, the main teams, let's just say, that took the Brazilians down.
yeah, yeah,
So there was kind of an alliance between the Serbians, the Bulgarians, and the
of
Croatians,
course,
right?
yeah, of
In
course.
order to kick
Ye-
Brazil out of the top
of course,
three.
common interests. Everything is common interests. Just like in medieval Europe, in Imperia Online, you don't have friends. You have interests. And
Yep.
when your interest dictates you that mm, um, you have to ally with your main rivals in order to achieve a greater goal, to remove a contestant, etc. Whatever, you have to make these alliances, and that is what. This is the other thing that makes Imperia Online so awesome: the diplomacy and the meta gaming of the diplomacy. Imagine how um, Bulgarians and Croatians have felt when they have to ally. You have the Brazilians which are going sky high with their economics. They are very powerful. At one point, the difference in the network points of the Brazil and the other countries was 3 or 4 times in Brazilia's favor, and you cannot allow this thing to continue to go on much more, because 2 or 3 days in 10 speed, uh, you, uh, and the Brazilians become invulnerable.
Yeah.
Uh,
So they were the common foe, the
yeah,
common enemy that
the enemy that
the
had to
other
be
teams,
removed.
yeah, made sure should
Yeah,
not be.
and after that, it's a fair game again.
Yeah.
We can start fighting each other again. But first, we have to kick out the Brazilians. That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's the truth.
So, keeping everything that has happened in the previous years in mind, what are your expectations or prognosis for the first week of the qualifiers?
Oh, the first week of the qualifiers will be, I think, pretty mainstream. Everything is uh, um, a total economic development. Yeah, it's very important. Let's show the countries that have ranked again. Uh, the first um, the first several days of the qualifiers are pretty simple. The Nomad attacks are pretty weak, and there's not much else you can do but annex more provinces uh, and expand. Uh, Being a limited count, taking all the provinces as fast as you can be extremely important for achieving the final objective, and the final objective being a national contestant. A province annexed a day earlier compared to the enemy can mean a huge difference. Military development, though, as army numbers, is not a top priority in the first week of the qualifiers. First, you have to take care of your provinces, which I I have to mention that do, the neutral ones are not the best option to have, and um, but the military technologies as researches will not stop, because you need uh, the heavy technologies researched as soon as possible for the Nomad armies will soon invade you with the heavy soldiers, and you cannot remain with light ones when the heavies start to march.
Okay, but do you think that there is an optimal strategy for annexing the provinces in the qualifiers?
Uh, well, you cannot box a province. This is out of the game. So um, as soon I will say it again. As soon as you annex all your provinces without taking any neutral ones, as soon as you will develop your economy the way you want it in order to face the middle and the late game. It is something I must stress on. It is a mandatory rule to make use of as much vassals as you can. The higher level, the better. Centralization is a requirement anyway, so the players can take advantage of the greater number of vassals. Mm, it's totally worth it, considering the high income they might bring you.
Okay, another thing is how important are your first steps in the qualifiers for your final ranking, in your opinion, or in some experts' opinions?
In some experts' opinions, the starting development will determine your account's fighting capability at the end of the qualifiers. Uh, if you manage to launch your economy earlier in the skies, you will suffer much less difficulties in hiring these large armies you need at the end when the elite nomad armies come in all of your provinces at once. Each use of resource must be utilized because um, uh, you need the war income, you need the bonuses from your economy, and you need your vassals. You basically need everything.
Okay, so does this mean, I mean, the fact that you really, really need everything, does this mean that the contestants have to win all the battles with the nomads? Why is it so serious? Why is it so crucial to have all of this
I-
gathered?
well, two reasons. The first reason is purely um, strategically. Uh, in the first week, the nomad attacks are fairly weak. You can manage them. Uh, Second, if you allow yourself to be defeated by nomad armies, this means one less level of your fortress, one level down of your entire economical buildings, uh, population losses, morale loss, and a huge blow on your self-esteem, which
Of
which
course.
which is probably the worst of all all the bad things that can happen to you if the nomads beat you, especially in the first week, because no one who has come here to play this in this World Cup, we no one wishes to be called a bad player just because he managed to uh,
Yeah, or some kind of a failure.
yeah, to be defeated by the
Yeah,
beginning nomad armies. Imagine the look on the faces of his friends and allies when they
of
hear
course.
about it.
Well, while we're on the topic of certain players and the way they deal with with the nomads in the qualifications, in the qualifiers, what skills do you think a player needs to have in order to do well, let's say?
Uh, well, considering many of the skills, the general skills are removed from the game for purposes of they are not needed because much of them you don't have colonies, you don't have alliance
Yep.
armies, you don't have many things that you have skills for. So what do you have and what do you have to use? Basically,
And
they are
let me just clarify that we are talking about, of course, the players themselves, but
yeah.
we mean as well the great people,
Yes, yes,
the
yes,
ones
yes, yes.
in the game
The the
that
w-
version 6 offered and brought to
what
the
kind of
game.
skills should your great people
Yeah,
have in
yeah,
order to utilize
of
the
course.
qualifiers? Well, basically you can divide them into two categories: economic and military ones. The economic skills would will be the ones who give you bonus to your economy, and the military skills would be the ones who enhance your armies, of course. Offense, defense, everything you need in order to win battles.
Yeah, so in the meantime, can you tell me what can we expect from the generals of the Nomad,
W-
the Nomad generals? What can we expect there?
uh, it's no brainer, really. Leaders skilled in offensive. Every opportunity to strengthen the army will be utilized. Every chance for a defender general to be killed will be used. Nomads don't care about buildings, income, resources, etc. Quite the contrary, they don't see much sense in improving their wood production. Why would they? They can take it by force.
Of
Uh,
course.
they will not show mercy to the civilian population either. If the workers don't work for them, they will not work for anyone. So the nomad generals will be the essence of the notorious nomad savagery.
Okay, last question.
Yeah,
We have talked about the game itself, the tournament. Now,
sorry.
can you please explain to our viewers what they can expect in the upcoming days and weeks from us as the team? What can they expect here in our improvised live stream studio? What are we going to give them in the upcoming weeks?
Oh, the the sky is the limit. We will talk about everything. We will talk about the upcoming group phase, the new stuff in the World Cup. We will talk about how the teams who are who will rank, how will they fare in the groups, because it's a whole new rule set. We will we will talk to people who will comment
Yeah, we're
the World
talking
Cup.
game designers
Game
and
designers,
community
and
managers.
not just from the company.
Yeah.
We will hopefully speak with players who will comment live the World Cup. We have millions and millions of surprises for you guys.
Millions and millions?
Millions
Be
and
careful with
millions
those numbers.
millions of surprises. This is only the beginning, and let me tell you that it will be an an amazing World Cup, and we will be with you together to cover everything.
So stay tuned. Make sure you check our Facebook page. Make sure you check, of course, your in-game news and messages, because we're going to be back. This is all from us for today. So, of course, we wish you luck and strength if you are one of the people that succeeded in registering this year. And this is all from me. I'm Vicky.
And strength and honor, brave warriors. I wish you all good luck on the qualifiers, and let the gods of war be with you. Bye bye. Until next time.